let's just go back to Craig, because I do actually ask him that question in the second part of this conversation. I say to him, is she lying or is she just bad at this? Chewie's favorite line, they're bad at this. So this has got about 4 minutes to go. And it does continue on this conversation with a few more opinion pieces put in. So let's get to this, then we'll get to some more of the stuff we're going to talk about.
This is the challenge, is that essentially because of the way the Public Finance Act works and because of the way the accounting works, that money has disappeared. It's gone, right? Because when the debt figure says it's 81 billion, I'm going to pick a number at random, 100 billion, right? If you say, well, hang on a second, we're going to take that money that we would have spent and we're going to move it across that year, well, you can't, because it's in the debt figure. So either you're going to borrow more money, or your debt figures are all wrong and your entire budget's wrong.
Can I want to know one thing from this. Thanks for contributing to BHN this week, by the way. I want to know one more thing about this. Is she lying, or does she actually not know this? Is she bad at this? What is your opinion? Just an opinion on that.
I think she's bad at this. I think
so she doesn't know.
I don't think she understands the public finance plumbing, for want of a better phrase. So when you make decisions in time is really important. How you make decisions is really important, and there's a complex way in which you can do it. And it's an art, right? It's not straightforward. It takes a while to learn, right? Now I'm lucky because I worked at the Treasury, so I got imbued with all of this at a point in time, right? But there's a when you say, oh, we're going to make sure people get the money, it's like, fine. If during a normal period of time, if we have this conversation in September, that's fine. But because you're doing it just before a budget, and because the budget's written, you're stuffed.
Yeah.
And that's the challenge, is that you can't. So that's what I mean by, I don't think she's very politically adept.
Yeah.
No doubt. But what she's not very adept at is understanding the mechanics of how the public finance system works.
I don't know if I believe you, Craig. I mean, an English major not knowing the economics of the country, I mean, that doesn't make sense to me.
To be fair, Bill English, English major, did, but Bill used to work at the Treasury as well. So, there's, but what to me, the bigger question it asks to me that I would like to know the answer to is, when did she know? Because if she knew a long time ago that this wasn't the case, and by the way, there's been written parliamentary questions every week on this.
Right.
So she should have known. Yeah. If she knew, then why didn't she fix the system a month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, so that the numbers would be in the budget?
So that brings me back to that same question. So you're still saying it's an ineptitude rather than nefarious action? Because if she knew it's nefarious action, you're kind of implying, how did she not know? Is that much ineptitude?
Well, this is it. It's either incompetence or something else. Now, personally speaking, from experience of working in the Beehive, it's 99.9995% incompetence rather than rather than malice, right?
And can you remind me again why she didn't want you to come to the Haifu lockup? What was that all about?
So this is what I mean by sort of, there's these things are hard, right? And so when you just chuck something out there, it has real world consequences, and the Treasury really does write it all down and goes away and makes the numbers work. Because she said what she said, that essentially will act as a future spending commitment, and as a consequence, she can't reach backwards inside the accounts without changing the accounts. So you can't go backwards in time and get $100 million without the debt level going up by $100 million, without Obergall going down by $100 million.
We should get back onto your show now, Craig.
Yeah. But very happy to talk about this on Monday. I said, well, not on Monday because I'll be in Australia.
Well, no, but look, in all seriousness, I'm recording this. Are you okay if I use this? Is there anything here which because you said you got an exclusive. Well, what did you say? So inside, is there anything here that can't be used?
No, there's nothing here that can't be used.
Because I think that's actually quite funny as well, that me and you were recording your show and we started talking about the thing and playing it with this. Look, all your branding on it. If you're okay with it, I'll totally use this on Monday's show. I think I don't know if you did actually pick it up, but I was.
Yeah.
That's why I
I
started
trust
to
you.
use it.
I trust you to make me not look like a dick. But in
No,
terms of,
you sound
know,
really good. It sounds really good. So, but let's leave that. I've actually talked to Barb as well about coming on, because I actually don't think the media is picking up this fucking at all. It's like that. By the way, there's one more point to come. That's why I've left this in. Like, imagine in the place of business, or imagine if Labor was out, they were wrong by 99.988%. And she comes on, and you know what? Have you noticed? She's being very demure. Oh, we expected more, but we'll look at it. It's like, no. Sorry, my dear.
Also, this was a policy, and you can record this bit. This was a policy that during the election campaign, right? They talked about the average family would get $250 a fortnight. That was Christopher Luxon's words. Then the CTU did some work. We did some work, and we discovered that it was around 3,000 families would get that amount of money. It's now 249 that are getting the maximum from the family boost. So the 250 number is a subset of the 249, which means it's not 3,000. It's not the average number. It's probably closer to zero. Is the number of families that are receiving the full $250 a fortnight package that was promised as part of the election campaign.
There you go, team. Exclusive for you. So just so you're clear on that last bit, I said it to Barb in the conversation as well. The 249 families that are getting the full $75 a week ECE, that family, some of those families will also be getting the full 250 a fortnight, 125 a week, right? So when the numbers were done pre-election, they were saying, well, I think CTU worked it out based on the numbers they were given, 3,000 families could get the full 250 a fortnight, 125. It's turned out to be a subset of the 249, because obviously 249 families are getting the full ECE, and you need to have the full ECE to then get the full 125 a week. So not all of those people who are getting the 75 a week ECE are then getting the full 125. So it's a subset of that. And in that RNZ story, it said 50 families are getting the full 250 a fortnight, 125 a week. 50, not 3,000, 50. Shocking, Fano, shocking. But you can see that's me and Craig hanging out social time. See, we're even political nerds in our downtime. We can't help it. He's more of a nerd than me. Let's just be real. He's a bigger nerd, but